All right. Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. We made it. Oh, man. Let's see. Hey, Dizzy, good to see you. Oh, Lord. Um, Dizzy, I'm going to take your comment as a full-on compliment. Let's see. Bestest Wolf, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Savon, thank you. Glad you could see it. Or make it here. Glad to see you is what I meant. Sorry, it's really hot. It's been a hot day and I've been busy. Terror, try to... Yeah, I don't know. You have to call your bank on that one, see why that happened. Anoka, good to see you as well. Luna, hello, good to see you. And Jade, hello, good to see you. It has been noisy around here all freaking day, so hopefully the background noise doesn't drift in too much. We'll have to see what happens. I've considered leaving the air conditioner running during stream, but usually I'm pretty sure the camera picks up that noise, so I turned it off. As long as I don't die of heat stroke, we'll be all right. But if it gets too bad, I may turn it back on. Hey, 12, good to see you as well. All right. Hopefully everyone had a great weekend. Nubis, good to see you. It has been a good weekend here. I've been productive, got some reading done, some ritual work done. Plenty of things like that for sure. But mostly it's been a relaxing weekend, if not warm. It has been a warm one. Summer just got here, it seems. Either that or there's a storm front just pushing all this hot air in. Time will tell. Oh, wait, I forgot to turn off. Yep, I forgot to turn off the phone. Let's get that before it makes a noise on us and catches me. Ahmed, hello and welcome to you. So, has been an interesting weekend though, because we've had a few people, I guess you could call them trolling the comment sections on a few videos. Guess that means we made the big time, right? But that's okay. But do keep an eye out for anyone, now that we are getting to that size, if they pop into the live chats, do not interact with them. Okay, just don't interact with them. The admin will handle it and boot them. Fair enough? And, oh, we've already got 16 people in here. That is awesome for a Sunday. Be sure to smash the thumbs up and give us a like on that. That way YouTube knows y'all like the streams and we can continue to do that. Also, as we get into the questions, do remember we have the super chats, and if your question's getting lost in the comments or something, or I'm missing it, you can use super chat to make sure it flashes on the screen. Make sure I do see it. And all super chats are answered as long as they're YouTube appropriate. Okay? Do remember that. Keep your stuff within that 17-ish range because YouTube. And that's not to say YouTube's been bad to me. YouTube's been good to me in this channel, so I can't complain about it. But we do try to keep this largely family content. Tara, I said hello and let you know to check your bank as far as your card goes, because it tells me nothing on my end about why anything like that happens. Well, let's put it this way. If you egg the trolls on, you'll be kicked down in the live chat just as well as the troll. So don't egg the trolls on, people. Don't. Wizard Warrior, good to see you. Welcome, mate. Well, we had a few posts this week pop up, which was flattering because I guess that means my YouTube channel is getting to that point. We've been pretty lucky. So just making sure you all know if they do drift into the live streams to not bother and let the admin or myself get rid of them. Don't egg them on. Let's keep it civil as best we can. But I did do a lot of video scripting and stuff. Still kicking around which ideal I want to use for the vlogs. We'll have to see which direction that goes. Let's see, Jay Phoenix, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it very much. Let's see, the money spell you shared is so bad, but thanks, man. You are absolutely welcome, Phoenix. That is actually the spell that got me out of living negative, month to month negative. There was no positive, it was all negative. And that's if I was living on tuna and crackers, it was bad. To actually having a savings account. So when I started the spells playlist, that was without a doubt the first spell I wanted to share with people because, oh crap, I just got my vlog ideal for the week. Thank you, Jay Phoenix. Freaking mugs up to you on that. So many practitioners forget that the real world, the physical world, and our ability to live in it exists, and they want to ignore it. This is why I've seen so many practitioners who can't manifest enough to pay their bills. And then they also don't have the time, the ability, or anything to practice. They're overstressed, all that stuff. And I'll go into more detail on this in the vlog because this is freaking important. So yeah, that was definitely one of the spells that I wanted to make sure was in everyone's hands straight from the get-go. Because if you can put your life in order and balance that out, it allows you to de-stress, relax, because your business is handled, and that allows you to put more and more focus into your occult pursuits. And therefore, you actually make greater growth and progress along your path. So to me, that's a very important thing. Well, I'm talking about the long-term prosperity one, but the T-Light one is also a great one because it does give you that quick win. It doesn't produce as much prosperity and income, but it does give you quick cash or resources when you need it, which is also helpful. So either way, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let's see here. We got a few I missed here. Earth, what's up? Wasabi says 19 people and only 13 likes. Yeah, get the thumbs up, people. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. You'll make the twins cry. KRY, good to see you. Wizard Warrior, I've been seeing creatures and objects such as cars in the corner of my eye. One of the creatures was very small. And body was similar to Dobby Harry Potter. There's a lot of little weird fey critters that actually do look similar to Dobby. And it's not even like one particular type of fey. You got there are elves that look like that. There are goblins that look like that. There's just general gnomes and other fey that can take on that have that general body type. So it'd be really hard to narrow that one down. But I'd say the fact that it would be fey would be very likely. There are some other entities and other planes that I've encountered that look like Dobby, because that's a reference I actually get for once. So, but I'd say probability on percentages, it was likely some kind of a fey. Dimension Diver, welcome. Yeah, glad you can make a live stream. Let's see, Jay Phoenix, I'd love to see a spell that would bring more employees to your job. I want to your job. I want to leave, but I'm in good terms. My company is down 150 people. Um, you could do a prosperity spell, or you could even do an employment spell and actually focus on your company if you're wanting to draw employees to the company. The reason I say prosperity is more than money. It's a matter of resources and everything. That's why I love doing prosperity in the long term, because it opens multiple pathways to grow your prosperity. So if you was to do a prosperity spell to help your company grow their resources in their current position, employees would naturally be a natural part of that prosperity growth. Which it's actually nice of you to want to help your company too, by the way. Good on you. Cal, good health to you too. What's up? Got a lot of great people in here tonight. So, all right. So, what questions do we got? Because currently, I think I've covered all my announcements. So we'll see if I remember anything. That tends to happen. If I seem a little distracted, it is warm in here. So, J Moo, good to see you. Yeah, Phoenix, that's good of you too. You know, live on good terms. Very few people have that kind of attitude and respect toward their employer. So that I'm glad. Yeah, that's a great way to do that. Drink up and smell the coffee. Why is servitor creation the most exhausting thing I've ever done? I've worked 14 plus hours labor and been less tired. Well, Dizzy, it depends on how you create a servitor. But generally speaking, especially when you first start out, you're not as inclined to be able to pull energy from the outside and control it as easily. That means the energy is actually going to primarily come from you. And physical labor, though tiring, because believe me, I have pulled 18, 20-hour physical shifts. That is physically exhausting. That is not literally energetically exhausting. Whereas servitor creation, if you're using your own energy, is literally draining your energy. And it doesn't matter how physically fit you are, when your energy is tapped, it's tapped. And this is part of growing as a magician and a practitioner. Your ability to harness, manipulate, and control more energy in larger quantities will grow, as does your energetic reserves. They'll actually expand and grow in time as well. So all these little different things can actually affect it. But the first thing I would say in your magic is start learning to pull from other energetic sources, like the four elements is usually the easiest place to start, and channel that energy into the working, not just channeling your raw physical energy. PG, good to see you. Darren Frazier, is invocation a good practice? Well, first off, let's actually define this, because invocation and evocation are words that have been drastically misused over the last few years. Evocation is communication externally, so the entity is outside of you and you're having a real-time conversation. Where or invocation, it's an internal communication. So if some portion of the entity is residing within you when you have the communication. Many practitioners will actually warn against invocation for beginners, because anytime an entity's energy rests in you, it's going to leave a fingerprint of some kind and could trigger a undesired, unwanted, or unknown change in you. And if you're doing invocation for multiple entities or even a single entity for a long period, It has been known to cause personality shifts, habit shifts, health shifts, and the like. That said, if you know what you're doing, you're experienced in everything, there are magicians who do use it and actually bank on that energetic shift as part of the practice. But a lot of people don't even seem to want to talk about that energetic shift, and then they wonder why things go wonky. So, I mean, what is right for a beginner and not is kind of one of those things where, everyone's free to make their own choice. But if I was talking to a student, a private student, I would not recommend it as a beginning practice. Is that a fair answer there, Darren? Cloud gazing. Good afternoon, Drake. I have a question as usual. Why do people put representations of the four elements on their altars? What is the purpose? Well, it depends. It differs from practice to practice, clouds gazing. I'll be honest, I have no representations of the four elements in my workspace at all, not even in the room. But generally, a lot of the more spiritual people and everything, they worship nature, and the elements are kind of an energetic manifestation of nature, and that's an easy way to honor and respect those natural energy currents. Then you have the ceremonial magicians who are trying to. The altar is not necessarily a place of worship, but it is a place of energetic attunement and balance, and the four elements are working to create an energetic flow that is balanced. So it just depends on the practice, and there are different reasons. Me, myself, my work area does not have any of those representations in it. Let's say dimension door. Do little dragons have a tendency to scratch when playing or trying to get your attention? Since I've made contact with my first dragon, there have been little ones running around my house. Guardian dragons, if you are talking about contacting your guardian dragon, which that should be the first one. Yeah, guardians do tend to babysit the little ones. If they're becoming a problem, just let the guardian know. As far as little scratches, not so much. The scratches could actually come from some of the draconic energies in the house causing fluctuations, which can actually cause you to itch. And then you'll scratch the itch without noticing it, or they'll rub up against you and you can feel that, and you'll kind of do this little thing, and you can end up scratching yourself that way as well. It is possible they would, but it's closer to the unlikely side. Flyer, hi. Do you talk? Yes, I do talk to dragons. Can a dragon protect you from a demon? Yes, they could if they needed to, but demons are not evil, as is portrayed by Hollywood and Christianity. So honestly, they would not need to. More often than not, the negative entities that attack us are not demons at all. They are actually human spirits that are just as big an asshole in death as they were in life, and actually usually worse because now they know there's no consequences for their actions. And yeah, we got 18 likes and 25 people. Come on, let's get those likes up. Show YouTube that we want to get more people seeing the channel. Come on, get those likes up. Let's see here. I think I've already missed a few questions, so I do apologize. No, I saw the Drake up and smell the coffee pun. I appreciate that one, Dizzy. I did appreciate it. Let's see. Last year, I visualized and activated a protective grid around my house, but I'm not sure if it's strong enough, or should I use some type of custom symbols or patterns that will strengthen it? Also, would I be able to know if the grid has been penetrated because I've created it? Wizard Warrior, that entirely depends on your skill level and how you designed it. Just because you set up a grid or a protection or a shield does not mean you will know that it is penetrated or impacted or anything like that unless you actually have the skill to be able to set it that way and connect it with you mentally without connecting it to your energy, because that can get harmful. And it does also depend on your arcane senses and your ability to perceive those things. That can be tricky practice for sure, but it is doable. Also, just when you set up a grid, if it does take damage, its energy will deplete, and over time, its energy will deplete. So if you're not recharging it, it will just fall and collapse. So you also need to be aware of that. Setting up a grid with custom symbols can actually be helpful if you wanted to do that. Let's see here. See, Flyer, how can I become a stronger magician? I was able to put up a bubble to protect myself and travel to talk to dragons to try and find one. I was tried after and couldn't hold it for long. Practice and growth, Flyer. And if you're considering dragon magic, go over to workingdragonmystic.com. We have a Dragon Magic 101. It is a full in-depth course that covers all that and in depth, and will actually grow you considerably as a magician in all those things. We also have an arcane sight class over there, and which the arcane sight class is free, and that one will definitely help you with your dragon magic. And we do have a meditation and trance course that is friggin' massive that can also help you develop those skills. But the Dragon Magic course is the single one that you really will need, and it will help you to develop all those skills. In fact, many of the people here in the live chat tonight have taken Dragon Magic 101 and are taking Dragon Magic 102. And as far as meeting your first dragon, that is covered in 101, but if you're interested, we also have a Dragon Magic playlist here on the channel. And there's the Dragon's Flame ritual, and there is a ritual and a guided meditation for meeting your guardian dragon that can help you out. Is the third eye real, and how does it work, and can you train it to see things like dragons and spirits? Yes, the third eye is real in essence because your arcane senses are a part of your energetic body. The third eye is not a singular location kind of thing in your forehead. That's not necessarily true, but it is real, and you can train it. That's exactly what the arcane sight class that I just got done talking about is all about, is training your arcane sight or your third eye so you can be able to see entities when you work with them. Let's see here. Little Earth Dragon, I feel my dragons run or fly against me. Don't see them too well, but I know they are here. That's you'll get your arcane sight trained up, Earth Dragon. Just keep working at it. But yeah, they find ways to let us know. Let's see, Cal. Something that I've noticed as of late is that my guardian dragon and my co-mag have been taking the form of humans in my astral sanctum. Is this something they are known to do? Yeah, different dragons have a different perceptive on them. Guardians, generally their size isn't too obtrusive, so they don't do it as often as other dragons. But co-magicians are really well known for doing it because co-magicians are considerably older than a guardian. So they can actually take on a humanoid form. That's also the reason many of the older dragons and whatnot are very well known for their humanoid form because of those things. So they can fit. In fact, my co-magician, I'd say 98% of the time he shows up in a humanoid form, just because his toe wouldn't fit in my freaking house. Um, so yeah, that's pretty standard. J-Moo, is it wrong to manifest love and money? No, 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 no. In fact, that goes back to what Phoenix actually gave me the idea to do the vlog about this week, but it is not wrong. You need money to survive in the real world. Self-mastery and magic go hand to hand. One has to have control of their life. If you're not in control of your life, if you're not manifesting the resources you need to live, you are not mastering yourself at all. And this is also why you see so many failing practitioners who can't pay their rent. Because they do want to run down this uber spiritual, I'm better than you podium and try and say these things. No, you can manifest money easily and it is totally doable. There's nothing wrong with it. By all means. In fact, I encourage my apprentices to start with money and prosperity. Love is the same thing, but there is a caveat. Love is perfectly fine to seek, manifest, and bring into your life. Forcefully altering the will of another is not. There's a difference. The difference is very simple. If I'm doing a spell for friendship, love, or the like, that's just drawing people to me that I will get along with, that will fit this role, that allows me to meet them and get to know them. And it does fill my life with these things. Targeting a specific individual or group of individuals, that is altering the will. That is taking free will from another person. That will bite you in the ass. Do you see the difference in those two, J-Mo? Let's see. Nubis, what's the deal with the green names and symbols? Those are channel members. We do now have the channel membership. It should be down here somewhere underneath the screen or the player as you're watching this, where you can sign up for support the channel. There's 3 tiers of it. Each tier comes with its own special members only perks. And of course, the longer you support us, the different levels of things and name, color, and badges will be there. That's exactly what those are, Anubis. Been a while since you've been around. I forgot about that. Good to see you. Yeah, you can totally use spells to attack negative entities. Though it's usually easier just to banish them. I mean, a simple banishing ritual like the Dragon's Flame ritual in the Dragon Magic playlist it'll boot out 99% of all negative entities that you'll be dealing with. So yeah. Let's see. Tell me, Aleister Crowley died poor, though, is what a lot of people say. Wasn't he a really good magician? Aleister Crowley's credibility as a magician is questioned amongst magicians everywhere. Some of them think he is the greatest magician. Some of them think he was a quack. However, on either side of that fence, let's just say Aleister Crowley did go down a dark, deep end. And when it comes to the amount of money that he was flushing due to, we'll say vices. We'll keep it polite and say vices. Yeah, it was very, very easy for him to do just that. In fact, there's a lot of wealthy people who have flushed a lot of money down the drain for the same thing. Also, you have to understand wealth and prosperity is not measured in a single digit within your bank account. What you need and what you require to live a very wealthy and happy life is going to differ from person to person and what you need to do. It is actually possible to earn millions of dollars and still be poor. People don't realize that because people literally get in the idea that it's what you earn that matters most. And if you earn it and you're just spending it, you have nothing. And that is largely what Crowley was doing toward the end of his life. He had money, but he was also spending it as quick as he got a hold of it. So those little aspects are there. And if you are not smart enough to handle the prosperity and the wealth coming into your life and utilize it and leverage it well, no matter how much you make, you'll always be poor. Let's see. You can only influence people with this. What spells can you only influence? There's a lot you can do with spells and magic to people that people don't think. I mean, look at baneful magic. You can do more than just minorly influence people. Flyer, you could actually do both at the same time, both dragon magic and prosperity, very easily. You could actually use dragon magic to actually enhance your prosperity magic. And oh crap, we jumped. Yep. Don't forget the super chats because we just jumped. So if I missed your question, I apologize. So for my most parasites, okay. Actually, I've never encountered a parasite that can stand up to the dragon's flame ritual. Just doing that ritual will clear it, period. It's been a really handy one. And I have seen some nasty, twisted, just messed up astral parasites. Flyer asks, is it wrong to practice the dark arts or the left-hand path? Absolutely not. Magic is not good or evil. People fail to miss this. It is not good or evil. It is how you utilize it. And the left-hand path is no different. Some of the best healers, the nicest people I know are left-hand practitioners, and some of the absolute most despicable people that I could actually label as evil are on the supposed right-hand path. So yeah, the dark arts and the left-hand path, it's a scare tactic of Hollywood, and it's a gatekeeping phenomenon. So don't worry about those. Magic is not good and evil. It's not as easy. It's not that simple. Let's say Anubis is always having prosperity or money spells running on a routine basis eventually cause you to get some form of universal comment. No. No. The universe does not care if you have money. It will not give you bad karma for that. This, again, is a scare tactic that a lot of these religious zealots in magic have pushed upon you to essentially keep you down. You can do prosperity magic every freaking day with no side effects. There is no crime to being well off or wealthy and taking care of yourself and your family. Nothing. Ross, are you into using Psalms? I have used them from time to time in different rituals and whatnot. It's been a long time since I've used Psalms for magic or rituals, but yeah, I am trained in how to do it. No, there's no spells or rituals for seeing where your progression has gotten. The only thing you can really do for understanding your progression is continue to work and actually track your successes and keep a journal. I tell people here all the time, a journal is your most powerful magical tool because you can actually record it. I approach magic from a very scientific side and I track the data and it is results based. If I ain't getting results, and I mean 85% or better results every time I do the spell, I view that spell or ritual as absolutely useless to me. So yeah, you have to track your results and your manifestations. Believe it or not, Luna, there are people who have already tried to claim the title of Rainbow Path, and it's actually most of the ones who use that term. It's worse than the ones using the right and left. Let's see, Anoka, I agree, Drake. There's nothing wrong with the dark arts. It's your intention at the end of the day. You are absolutely right, Anika, because look, baneful magic is one of the hardest magics to do, first off. But I do teach my students baneful magic. I have no qualms against that. I will never apologize for that because I truly believe an individual has a right to defend themselves and their family. And there are times when that level of force is required to make sure your family is safe and cared for. And you know what? If you're dumb enough to keep pushing and picking and threatening a magician's family, you totally deserve it. Hands down. So tell me, what happens when one opens their clairvoyance? What do you see, and can you turn it off or and on? If you depends, honestly and truly. When it comes to turning it off and on, I have never turned mine off and on. I don't see any reason why I would want to. I know a lot of people who they don't want to see what's around them. They don't like truth, so they do turn it off. But I've never turned mine off. And honestly, the deeper you get into it, the harder it does get to turn it off and on. But what you see entirely depends on what's around you and what you focus on. And just how widely you open it, too. Now, I would love to get to the point where we do view magic as um, the neutral energy it is. And we allow people to walk their individual paths without trying to label them. And many of you will notice that I don't use the terms right hand, left hand path all that often on this channel. It only use it really when it comes up on questions. And that's because the multiverse, the universe, and magic itself just don't care. These are entirely human concepts that we've superimposed upon them. And they're also ideals and concepts that limit the magician and actually stunt our growth and our ascent. A12, have I ever had experience with foresight? Yeah, I have. First time was when I was younger. I actually had a really realistic dream. But also, there's times in just the waking day where, as I delve deeper and deeper into divinations, many people in Discord's actually seen me. I can just pluck an answer out of the ether without having to do any readings or anything. But as far as foresight, largely it's more it's happened in, I'd say, combat situations or defense situations, especially around kids, where I just happen to know exactly where a stray object will be, and I move to that position or put my hand in that position before the object ever starts moving. So that's usually when random foresight hits me most, is in a more defensive, protective situation of another person. which my nephews and my goddaughter and even my wife and many, many friends have benefited from that quite a bit. Which, for me, I don't like to see people get hurt, so I'm okay with that. So Tommy, thanks for the donation there, the super chat. Thank you. And we jumped again, but that's okay. At least I saw Satomi's thing. You can hear them very clearly as you progress. Actually, my wife will actually argue with the dragons and entities that hang around this house. The guardian dragon actually around here, one of them loves to pick on her. The two of them go back and forth. I've even actually seen them get in a tickle contest, which was weird. But yeah. Hey, so tell me, no matter, don't worry about it. Every little bit helps the channel, and we appreciate it. I'm serious. I appreciate it big, big, big much. So mugs up to you. I'm very proud of the community that's grown around Working Dragon Mystic. You guys really do amaze me, and honestly, I can say I thought this was something I would get tired of, but as the community grows, it's just my motivation and drive to continue creating content and having these candid, practical discussions of magic just keeps growing with it. You guys are amazing. And Bestest Wolf, 31 people, 25 likes. Joined. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, get those likes up, people. We got 31 people in here. Let's get those likes up. Come on. Tell YouTube we're doing the right thing. When you have an experience where you have a divination in future sight, but it's based on events happened in the material world and not in your mind, does it have a certain name? It's just foresight. That's usually just the one most people use. Some people use the term vision, so it differs. Is there a co-magician ritual in the dragon? I know there's a guardian. First off, you need to make sure you have your guardian. You cannot meet a co-magician if you do not have a guardian dragon. The dragons won't do it. It's against the draconic laws. So first off, you need to make sure you have found your guardian. And I know for a fact that finding your guardian dragon, that ritual is in the playlist. I do not know if the dragons had me put in a co-magician video, but I'm wanting to say they did. So you should be able to find the ritual for the co-magician in the Dragon Magic playlist as well. So check both of those out, as well as the Dragon's Flame ritual video, which is there. And you can do that. And just like I think it was Flyer was talking to earlier, if you click on the link below for Working Dragon Mystic Online School, there is a detailed, full, deep path working on Dragon Magic 101. It takes you through the starter rituals, the advanced forms of the rituals. It takes you through deep draconic meditations. You meet your guardian. It actually has a full path working of bonding with your guardian. Then you meet your co, and then there's a full path working of bonding with your co. A lot of exercises there, and then it goes into a deep dive path working with each of the first 4 elemental rulers. Flyer, are there limits to magic, or can you do what you want if you're skilled enough? This is actually an interesting question, Flyer. I'll admit. Generally, magic uses the easiest way to manifest. So, in theory, if you had enough skill, focus, discipline, and mastery, anything would theoretically be possible. However, um, so far, no one has spontaneously been able to create something out of nothing. No one has been spontaneously able to throw fireballs. No one has been flying. All these fantasy magic things have just never happened. And yeah, there's people who claim it, and every time someone claims it, I have traveled and seen a little over 800 people that's made such claims. And every time they claimed it, when I asked for proof, they couldn't prove it. And I have $8,000 set aside for anyone who can actually prove it, and none of them's been able to. None of them's been able to even so much as prove any small portion of that. So I would have to say in theory, but in practicality at this time, it's more magic allows you to move and shape energy patterns to draw and create a result. It won't be instantaneous, but it will create a result and manifest in time. But understanding the theories, if one gained enough mastery, it would be possible. Though I've not seen anyone who has done it yet. If that makes sense. I do stay hopeful because, well, me and my wife, we travel a lot. She's away from home a lot. And if I can figure out that teleportation thing, that'll be awesome. But I only speak on proof, not at this point what remains in fantasy magic, Flyer, if that makes sense. I'm a very practical magician, so I do require proof, evidence, and actual manifested results. Jamie, thank you. Bugs up. You know what? Actually, I need a refill here. I'm running low, people. Can't have my coffee cup going empty on magical coffee hour. That's a sin. Let's see. Kime, is there a certain time frame that you have to be doing the calling on the dragon ruler's ritual first before doing the ritual to look for your guardian dragon? I've been doing it for a while now. Great channel, by the way. You're the best channel for dragon magic I've found. Oh, Kimmy, that's sweet. Thank you. As far as how long you should do the dragon's flame ritual before you move on to your guardian, my general recommendation to students is 3 or 4 times, or till you know the ritual, you can do it. You don't need to look it up. You don't need to reference anything. You can just sit down, throw yourself into it. You just know it. You're not having to overly focus on the words, and you can really sink into that ritual. For most people, it's such a simple ritual, 3 or 4 times, and they've got it memorized. They're good to go. Some people it takes a little longer, but generally speaking, 3 to 4 times. And as long as you've got that down, you're ready to move on. And I would encourage you to. You do continue to do it. You continue to work. And honestly, as you continue to do it, you'll notice you get better results from it as well. So it's a really great one. But good question. And from the sounds of it, I'm willing to bet you got it memorized already. So hopefully by Friday, you'll pop in and tell us you found that that guardian. Or you'll join us over in the Discord and you can tell us there. Either way. Magic Malango, thanks for no problem. Always happy to get on here and have a good time, drink some coffee, and chat with y'all. Let's see here. What is your most fantastic and memorable journey into another plane? Anubis, that is a massive question, and it's it's a hard one. And honestly, 2 come to mind. 2 really do pop to mind. One of them was when working with the Cliff Off. There was nothing good about that particular trip. Was it fantastic? Was it memorable? Was it terrifying, nightmarish, and left me mentally scarred for months? Yeah, I won't forget it ever. Um, the other one was actually one of my first trips into the Fey realms one with my co-magician. Him and I had already taken a few of these trips for different reasons. He had a reason that we was going every time we went. And then one of them, we were just sitting there doing our thing and everything. And it was at that moment a Fae approached me and began talking to me. And right away, there was something off. I just knew something was off. But I tried to do what he taught me, mind my manners, treat them like the Fae, show caution, all those good things. Um, and that was the point where I noticed my co-magician rushed over almost in a panic. And that was actually like one of the first days I actually met one of the Fey Lords. So that particular day really stands out. Let's see. Is there? I'll claim it and invite you when I get if I'm allowed to show others. Okay. Little Earth Dragon, discovering you has literally changed my life for the better. I had a dream one night where you were training me to climb a tower, and at first I couldn't do it, but after you encouraged me, I could. Oh, you all are so sweet. You really are. I appreciate it. And I'm glad the channel has been able to help so many. That makes every bit of the time put into this worth it. Thank you very much, Little Earth Dragon. That is sweet. A12, hey Drake, I want to thank you for the answer to my question about gods and armies. You said they all have armies. That answer gave me great inspiration. No problem, A12. I try to do my best to answer questions as best as I can. It's just, it is a massive, massive multiverse out there. So, and I generally also try to, tell you when it's from firsthand experience and when it's theoretical. So I try to keep those separated as much as I can. Let's see, Kimmy. Okay, thank you very much. I've been doing it for meditation and empowering my crystals, water, and other things. That is a great use of that Dragon's Flame ritual, Kimmy. It really is. And honestly, if you haven't already, check out the Dragon Magic 101 class. I think you'll love it. There's a fantastic meditation in there. Malangle, any tips for finding astral friends? Malangle, my general, and this is when talking with other magicians too, the best way to find astral friends is to get out into the astral realms and planes and actually walk around and say hi and try and meet them. I know that sounds like the weirdest and most awkward approach, but that's generally the best way. Next to, if you work with a specific grouping of entities, of course, you can reach out to them and get to know them and meet them, like dragons and whatnots. Or I know a lot of people do the same with different path workings. They get to know entities that way. But yeah, spending time in those different astral planes and meeting the denizens of the plane, introducing yourself, getting to know them, learn about them, and actually build a genuine friendship is actually the best way to make those friends. And then it starts slow, but it starts to multiply quickly because the first friend introduces you to another friend, and it snowballs. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to have to got 5 minutes. Going to have to get ready. Oh my get ready to wrap up. Oh my God, I had to leave the room and took my laptop with me. And my dad looked over and said, "Take your hat, boy, with you." The hat boy. Hey, I'll take that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, it was terror. Not terror, it was terror. It was, oh, it was bad. My new nickname would be Hat Boy. Fair enough. I can live with that one. Let's see here what we got. So tell me, what do legions do when descriptions of demons say the spirit has? Oh, it's old world terminology essentially. A legion is roughly it's been a while, but I want to say it's roughly 1800. It's a reference to the Roman legions that usually had for each legion that is a grouping of spirits that works directly with that entity that is listed. You see this often, mostly in the Goetia, actually. So you'll see that different entities in the Goetia has a different number of legions that work with them and also help them to do different things. And I can help them to manifest anything when you're working with them. So that's all that means. That means it's their friends and allies that work with them. You might even look at the spirit you're evoking as the boss of those legions. But it's a civil relationship usually. Let's see. When I meditate on dragons, I sometimes see wings of light spreading in front of me. Could it be one? And also, thank you for your videos. They help me a lot. Yeah, that actually could very well be a dragon. Um, it could be any kind of dragon, but it could be a dragon trying to show itself to you in one way or another. Um, let's see, Anubis, I'll have to save all of your streams to a USB so I can always see these logs of great questions and answers. So much things to learn and grow from. Yeah, you guys throw some really great questions at me. You guys really do. Um, I don't really have to do too much when it comes to these streams. You guys ask such great questions, knowledge and information just pops right in. So, okay, was it 4,000? Okay. Yeah, the a legion's a lot. Let's just be honest. A legion's a lot. Resend subliminals. First off, demons are not evil. So what you're describing actually sounds like human spirits, not demons. Um, Unfortunately, but I don't know your actual practice. Channeling opens you up to allow entities and human spirits or roaming spirits to pop in if you're not using some kind of protections, like a magical circle or something, then you are opening yourself to that. And what a lot of people don't want to tell you when it comes to channeling is a form of possession. It is, because you are opening yourself up to allow that entity into you in some way. So it is a form of possession, and you should be careful. And in all honesty, when it comes to beginners, I'm not a recommender of it. I keep my students away from that until they have some better handle on the basics. Um, but yeah, uh, but it is your choice, and you are free to choose how you want. But So any basic magic circle could help, and we do have a video here on the channel for basic circle casting, and that should help you with roaming spirits and human spirits and the like. Also, make sure you're doing a good cleansing ritual or something of some kind for your practice, which we do also have videos on cleansing. Oh yeah, legions are a lot. I will admit though, I've seen the number anywhere from like 1,800 and I don't 6,000 might be the highest I've seen. After you said that, Anubis, that does kind of remind me. So I'd have to double check, but either way you slice it, that's a freaking lot. Especially when you consider some of these entities are said to have like 30 legions. I mean, do the math; it adds up quickly. Let's see. Justin Williams, second time Ascendant Master Club. Judah Wolf, keep up the good work, Drake. Okay, Justin, will do. All right, everyone, we are going to get ready to wrap up here. I appreciate you all. Great questions this week. We had a lot of fun. We do have, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember what video we're releasing Tuesday. We do have one. And thanks to you all, I actually know what I want to talk about on the vlog this week also, so that's going to be great. If it cools off tonight, I may even film it while it's cool. We'll see. But I do appreciate y'all. Make sure you are sharing the videos on the channel. We're trying to reach as many people out there as we can, all the seekers out there, so that they can find this information and apply it as practically as possible and seek to master their lives, because that's what magic is about. It's about self-mastery. And, well, when someone has control and mastery of their life, let's be honest, life is a lot less stressful. Sure, there's a lot of responsibility, and, because you're in charge, you got to be putting forth the efforts, but at the same time, you also have that knowledge and understanding that no matter what is thrown at you, you can handle it. And that is a peace of mind that you just can't put a price on. It really is. It's amazing. So with that said, everyone, I do have a meeting I got to get to. You all have a fantastic week. Keep doing the work you're doing. Keep progressing along your path. Stay focused as best you can. We all hit the bumps in the road. We all do it, even myself. But keep at it and have a great week. Have a great week. And I will see you all Friday for the next live stream. Keep drinking your coffee. Keep practicing. Keep making the progress. Take it easy. Good night.